Lord of the Mysteries. A gem that could be considered hidden. And now I will try to rate or review this novel only known to few, but enjoyed by many. I mean, percentage-wise. At least it appeared to me that way. Though I must warn you, but you can probably already guess that I personally wholeheartedly enjoyed this light novel. But worry not, because I will try my best to stay somewhat unbiased. And to make this a little easier, I propose a rating system that includes all the major aspects of any written fantasy story. Now, I will rate the writing style itself, the world building, the magic system, and the characters, but not necessarily in that order. But before we may start with the main dish, the rating, let me try to summarize this incredibly long saga, with more than 1400 rather petite chapters. First, the basics. The story is a wild mix of the genres adventure, detective story, action, horror, mystery, supernatural, psychological stuff, a little comedy at times, and much more. It is written by the author Cuttlefish that loves diving, who has written a couple novels in the fantasy sci-fi genre before, which all were rather well received, but he never quite reached his peak potential until now, that is. Now, instead of summarizing it properly, for it is impossible, considering the length, I will give you the plot concept in a delicate nutshell. A guy does something which causes him to awake in a male person who apparently just committed suicide. With barely any of this guy's memory, he finds himself in this inexplicable world, which not only reminds of the Victorian era, but also has an extensive magic system mixed with complex world building and a rich history sprinkled in. After meeting a vast cast of characters with various relationships and daily routines, you will feel with the main character, whose initial main goal is to just leave this hella confusing place as fast as possible. But in all seriousness, the first 40 chapters, which is 80 pages, had me in awe of how incredibly puzzling and funny enough almost dull the events unfolding were. Looking at a couple more negative or mediocre reviews, you will realize that this isn't an experience only I had, but many, who decided to give up for they were confused and or bored.
I agree with that!
But I powered through after taking a day's break. And I'm so glad I did. And one of the reasons I did so, even though I felt like quitting the story at first, was, funny enough, the writing style, which I will talk about in a minute. Because we are first going to focus on the best part of the story, the magic system. It is unbelievable how complex yet easy to understand a magic system can be made. Though, to be fair, only in the long run, and with a lot of the Mysteries fan Wikipedia article open for a possible quick check every now and then. Okay, let's get back on the main track. The tremendously detailed magic system is called Pathway, and is so incredibly well planned out. All you have to do is unravel the packet over time. While it can make the story tad confusing at first, since there's just so much to unravel, it makes it even more enjoyable once you finally understood and connect all the puzzle pieces. Spoiling the magic system, as well as the little aspects that come with it, would definitely lessen the experience. Therefore, I will only vaguely explain. There are multiple pathways with several main themes. Through various means, diverse people get the chance to embark on a journey as a Beyonder. Then they may try to enhance their abilities, and I guess you could say reach the next level through ways that become progressively more interesting throughout the story. The balancing is pretty decent too, most of the time anyways. Beware that this is the aspect I will certainly not be able to do justice simply describing it. Therefore, I recommend that if you're into intricate, well-planned, vast, and I suppose at times confusing magic systems, you should definitely check out Lord of the Mysteries. My verdict, in this category, Lord of the Mystery gets a 4.9 out of 5 monocles. Now if you're still unconvinced,